Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Michael Jordan believes the culture and the habits of the NBA players today need to change. Every generation in the NBA is unique in its own specific way. The game rules change every few years, and players themselves have different views, habits, and ideals than the previous generation. Today's generation of NBA players probably has the most influence simply because of the immense platform through the NBA and their social media accounts, followed by millions of people worldwide. Despite all that, some NBA fans and analysts believe most of today's players are concerned more about their other activities than getting better at their craft. If you compare today's NBA players to those from the 80s or 90s, you can see many differences predominantly in the approach they have for the game. You can also argue that the massive amount of money players are given today incentivize that you don't have to work as hard because you will get paid anyways. No matter what kind of output you have, that is why the term load management is quite popular these days, in which players feel comfortable skipping games, while on the other hand, the older generation of players would miss games only if they weren't capable of playing because of severe injury. In his book, Driven from Within, Michael Jordan talked about this problem and how the culture needs to set the proper examples for today's players. Playing in the NBA is not a given right, but a privilege only a few can have, and being a successful NBA player takes a lot of sacrifices and hard work not many are willing to take. Apart from being incredibly talented, Jordan worked harder than everyone to achieve the excellence associated with his name. Our culture needs to see examples. You can hear about how somebody played or read about the best way to achieve success, but people need to see examples. Until they see, they won't do. It's easy to talk about what Jerry West did, but it's not as easy to see what he did. Tomorrow's kids will have to see someone playing hurt and see someone practicing the day after winning a championship. Michael Jordan via Driven from Within. Jordan believes that setting good examples for the younger generation is essential if you expect them to have the same mindset and approach to anything they do. It doesn't have to be just basketball. He also used a great example that is evident in the game today when players who have a minor injury decide to play in the game instead of using that as an excuse to skip games. According to Jordan, young players need to understand that because if some things don't change, that type of mindset will become a standard, and we'll be surprised if we see a sick or hurt player play the game instead of sitting out. Before, especially if the big game is on the line, numerous star players wanted to play no matter what condition they were in, which is opposite to what we see now in the NBA. We have to provide examples so they can relate to the ideal. Otherwise, they will get bad habits if we lose that gap. Then it starts to fade away. And 20 years from now, you will never see someone play sick or get out on the floor with a sore ankle. Whether these things will improve or not in the near future depends on the players and the management of the NBA teams, who see their players as assets more than anything else. NBA became a multi-billion-dollar business in the past decade, which is suitable for the players because it means more lucrative deals, but you can argue that the love and the passion for the game are not on the same level it once was. It's up to the players to acknowledge the process former NBA legends had to go through to achieve the status of greatness. Any young player should aim for when coming to the league. The pattern and the process to obtain this is known, but not all are willing to go down that route. So, I'm not a Jordan fan. I wasn't a fan of his, but Jordan's right. Michael Jordan, Jeffrey Jordan is right. The problem is it's not load management. They used to load management back in the day. They did. Like when it was going to the playoffs, teams would rest their players before the playoffs. If they had a wide enough gap where they clinched the playoffs, they would let their players rest. There was nothing wrong with it. The problem is you new generation's bum ass king y'all celebrate is the reason we have lack of basketball. Because he is showing you the spoiled bratness of how he acts. Bringing tequila into the damn game when nobody else can do it. Let's talk about him having a party during COVID where they said, sir, he wasn't even he didn't even get suspended, but Kyrie Irving did. And Kyrie Irving was at a gathering with family in an enclosed environment where this bum was outside with a bunch of people. He is the reason basketball sucks, because he is showing you that you don't have to work hard to get rewarded. Adam Silver's to blame as well. The whole organization, the board of the governors or whatever you call them, are also to blame. This is why basketball is weak, because you don't promote your game. And the rules have made it so soft that the defense, you can't play defense anymore. The physicality was taken out of the game, and it's been crazy ever since. They've been taking it out the game each decade. Kobe Bryant came out and said this game is soft, and zone defense has ruined the NBA and the defenders, and it has. Kobe Bryant warned you guys 2 decades ago, but you guys was like, man, Kobe always talking. Just like y'all do Kyrie right now. Kyrie always talking, because the media has implanted seeds in your little bum-ass head that everybody is guilty except LeBrownies. And I don't want to hear no more that he's the most hated athlete. That is towards KD and towards Kyrie and James Harden. Those are the 3 most hated. LeBron is probably 4th or 5th. He has ruined the way the league is played. They bent the rules to make him better because the guy can't work on anything. This guy has not had a consistent jump shot ever. All he does is run people over, get to the hole. He'll shoot a fadeaway once in a while and make it. He'll shoot a 3 with that ugly set shot looking like DeAndre Jordan with the shooting motion, and he'll brick it or he'll make it once in a while. The reason it's like this is because your guy, who y'all say is the king of basketball, has ruined the way the game is played. Nobody cares anymore because they cater to him. Now, this young crop of players, like such as Tatum and Devin Booker, all of these guys, Giannis is showing you how to do it. He hyperextended his knee, looked like he was out. This guy's been playing. That needs to be the face of the league, Giannis. He needs to be the face of the league, and I think after this championship, if he wins, he will be the face of the league, and it will be well-deserved because he's everything that LeBrownies isn't. He works hard. He's tough. He plays till the end of the game. He plays hurt. He plays with heart. Kevin Durant is also another guy who is the hardest working man of anybody, and I have proof. I have different players saying that they've been around KD and he works harder than everybody. So the reason the league is suffering, and we need to get this bum LeBrownies out the league. If we get him out the league will flourish. We will go back to having real basketball, not no made up arcade crap or NBA 2K crap from a guy who doesn't know how to show respect or humbleness. How's your movie doing, bum? All the kids telling me it's trash. So thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. Thank you for listening, and we are out. Deezy.